Hello, welcome to Data Sunrise's functionality demonstration. In this video, we will show you how Data Sunrise's Compliance Manager works. The Compliance Manager feature enables you to establish automatic role-based protection of your database. The Compliance Manager process includes two stages. First, periodic data discovery searches for database columns that contain sensitive data. Then, Data Sunrise establishes access to these columns on a role-based basis using data security and data masking features. As a result, database users included into privileged groups can access the sensitive data, and non-privileged users are restricted from getting this data. Let's assume that we have a certain commercial company that operates a corporate database. This company includes some department's employees, of which have different levels of access to the database. So we need to organize role-based access to our database. We've arranged our employees or database users into groups based on departments they belong to. These are Chief Information Officer, Financial Department, Sales Department, Third-Party Contractors, and Suppliers. Let's assume that each group should have a certain level of access to the sensitive data contained in the corporate database. So we need to establish database access restriction based on the following roles built into Data Sunrise. Super admins. These users are allowed to do everything with the database. Admins. Allowed to execute only admin queries and selects. Operators. Allowed to execute insert, update, delete, select queries. Testers. Only selects are allowed, and they get the sensitive data masked. All other users not included in any of these groups will be restricted from accessing the target database. We will associate our user groups with the compliance roles later. Now we can create a Compliance Manager task. We navigate to the Compliance Manager section of the Web UI and create a new task. We set the task's logical name. It will be used as a prefix for the names of all objects associated with this particular task. Let's call it our_task. Then we select the target database instance to connect to, and the Data Sunrise server to execute the task on. In the Data Discovery Parameters subsection, we configure the Data Discovery module to search for sensitive data across the target database. We specify database objects to search in. In the Search Criteria subsection, we need to specify the type of data Data Discovery will be looking for. Database columns that contain this data will be protected by Data Sunrise. You can select security standards or certain data types. We select the GDPR security standard to use search filters associated with it. In the Frequency of Discovering subsection, we need to set periodicity of the data discovery search. We can proceed to the next step. As you can see, Data Discovery has found some columns with sensitive data mentioned in the first step. Now we need to tell Data Sunrise which masking methods it should use to obfuscate these columns, or you can use the default methods. We proceed to the next step. At this step, we need to attach user groups we've created at the beginning to Compliance Manager roles. These are Super Admin, Admin, Operator, and Tester, as we've mentioned. We attach Chief Information Officer to the Super Admin role, Financial Department to Admin, Sales Department to Operators, and Contractors and Suppliers groups to Testers. Then we proceed to the next step. At this step, we need to configure reporting. We select Start Date, Periodicity of Reporting, and Report File Format, either PDF or CSV. Then we click Finish. So we've created a Compliance Manager task. Data Sunrise tells us that it has created some objects as a result: audit rules, security rules, masking rules, and reports. Note that the logical name of the task, our_task, is used as a prefix for the object names. Now let's try to access our database as various users. We connect to the target database as Nick, a user from the Chief Information Officer group. We try to execute a select query. As you can see, the query is allowed. Now we try to connect to the database as Alma, a user from the Contractors group. Since all other queries for this group are prohibited, we use select. As you can see, we get obfuscated data. Note that we can transfer a user to another group to assign other privileges to it. For example, we move Alma to the Financial Department group. We execute a select, and as you can see, this user gets the original sensitive data. And now we try to access the database as a user not included in any group. In this example, Mike. As a result, our query is blocked. Thanks for watching this demo and for your interest in Data Sunrise.